It's a Roberts Mauritius 43 steel one, about 20 years old. The guy spent 15 years making it, some guy in Queensland. I'll be able to die happy if I get to some freaky bloody island somewhere where the natives come paddling out in the dugout canoes and all that. You know, that's sort of my life goal or something. I don't know what else I'll do, but I'm going to do that. The plan is to go to the Louisiade, which is just to the east of Papua New Guinea. I read about that place, God knows, like 30 years ago. You know, just go and we'll try and help the people too. You know, take some stuff over to help them out.
Can't afford a sports car, we've got an outboard motor. Can't get it up on the plane.
Me and my wife were just absolutely blown away by the whole experience. It was just absolute heaven on earth. You know, you just anchor and you just dive off the front of the boat straight into, you know, you're surrounded by turtles and amazing fish. And it was just the most, you know, it was just a life-altering experience. Just a light breeze, with stars out and all that, and I was standing on top of the cabin next to the mainsail, just sort of looking up there going, oh, this is pretty wonderful, isn't it? Next thing, the boat jibed, the mainsail swung across and just punted me straight off into the water, and the boat was on autopilot. You know, like I came up, and there was no one else on the boat, you know, I came up, and it was just like my worst possible, that was like the worst nightmare. I just even thinking about it, I kind of go, oh God, you know, just that it's just that feeling. Just when you realise what you've done, you know, I just surfaced just to see the boat sailing and just go, oh my God, you know. And thank God I was towing the dinghy behind and the boat was going really slowly and I managed to grab the dinghy, but I couldn't climb into the yacht. Like the yacht just kept going. This must have gone on for a couple of hours. Like I had really bad hypothermia by the end of it. I couldn't drag myself into the boat because it's quite high. And in the end I realised it was all the clothing I was wearing, and so I had to strip it all off. I had all these layers of jumpers and waterproof jackets and boots and all this other crap on. Had to strip all of that off, so I was just, I don't know, in my undies, and I just managed to drag myself onto the boat. I did it a lot of times. I was like pulling myself up, and I had hypothermia. Like I was watching my hands holding the bar, and I could see my fingers just uncurling and just releasing. Like you get hypothermia, it's the worst thing because your body just won't function anymore, you know. And I just remember I finally got onto the boat and I just lay there just going, oh thank God, like this, and I was all blue and shaking and I'm still nervous about going out on the deck when we're sailing, to be honest. I always clip on, I have the harness and the tether, and this boat's got big high solid railings all around the side of it, which is reassuring, but I'm still a bit fearful about going out on the deck, to be honest, because I never want to repeat that experience again. Just the coming up and just seeing the boat sailing away and going, oh my God, what have I done, you know? No, I haven't lived in the house for about 7 years. We were over in London working and trying to save up to buy a boat, and then we came back to Sydney and we thought we were about to get a flat. We looked at all the money it was going to cost renting and we just about to stuff it, so we just moved in onto our, we had a little boat then and we just moved onto that. So I couldn't afford a house and a boat, that's for sure. Typical scenario, I worked in an office, I had to wear a suit to work, so and there was no shower. I'd have to get up in the morning, you know, freezing cold, wash my hair in the sink, in the kitchen sink, you know, go and row to shore and then wade through all the mud and wash it all off at the tap with all the neighbours watching, and I kept all my clothes in the car. I'd be standing in the street, you know, putting on my suit and show up to work, you know, like an hour late every day, looking like absolute crap, you know. I was drinking beer late one night, going through all these boat ads, and I just started sending off all these ridiculous emails just offering extremely low prices for them all. And I offered 80 for this, you know, down from 120, and she just sent one back saying, well, I'll sell it for 85. Oh, I couldn't believe it, you know.
Alan's been on that for 10 years.
Well, I guess so, yeah. I don't know, the owner's probably some old bloke lying in a retirement home somewhere. You know, that's the sort of stuff that happens.
Wow.
They buy them with all these dreams and their health fails, you know. That's the standard scenario.
Yeah, gee, that boat's, of course, is failing as well pretty rapidly. That's pretty sad, isn't it, that one?
Don't rush into it, whatever you do. Because I don't know, I see it all the time. I see blokes, you know, all excited. Oh, gee, that boat's a bargain. They work on it and work on it and spend all this money, and in the end, it's just stuffed and eventually just gets smashed up and taken to the tip, you know. Like, you've got to be so careful that it's in reasonable condition when you buy it. First thing people ever ask is like, oh, you know, how can you have kids on there, you know? What do they do? They might fall off and drown or whatever. And like, for them, like, it's completely normal. Like, it's just like a little flat. It's just like any other house. I mean, we've got a seal who comes around here during winter time. I saw him the other day.
Yeah.
Known as Sammy the Seal.
Yeah.